here to discuss some football action and some cricket action. Um, we had hoped that the Liverpool man would be here because he has been in a buoyant mood from the other day, but he's not here for the time being, so you know that the show has to go on. So tonight, as you know, I'm your host, Levon, and we have Jason, the Manchester United fan, otherwise known as the Statsman, Stats Guru. We have Corey passing through once again. I know that a lot of our viewers love him because they say, yo, he bring across his point fluently. Bless up again, boss man. United fan again. And tonight we have a man that he follows football a lot as well. Tonight we have Andre Chelsea. Bless up, boss.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
So guys, we're here to discuss some football action, and we're going to start off with some FA Cup action that took place midweek. Starting off with the first match that we saw, United against West Ham. Dodgy match went into what? Extra time unnecessarily. Corey, do you think that Manchester United should have gotten the win within the 90 minutes, since as West Ham sat back so deep and all that? What's your view on it?
My view on that match, boring. We didn't create as much. I understand the rotation of the team, especially we're coming off that draw against Everton, and we know that West Ham would sit deep. I expected them to counter us as much, but the game was boring for the most part. Bruno came on and did this little stuff there, and thank God for McTominay with that goal. Remind me so much of Lampard. Yeah, remind me so much of Lampard with his goal scoring for this season. But overall, the game was pretty much boring. Henderson hardly have a touch of the ball, and so forth. But we should have created more. We lack creativity in that game. But thank God for the 1-0 and we advanced to the quarterfinal.
All right. One area that a lot of questions surround is that why are you going to call up Ahmad playing in the FA Cup and don't give him the chance to actually play? Jason, that question goes for you.
For me, Oli is always the type of manager that when he's bludgeoning in the youngsters, he would have ideally wanted to get him in as much of a comfortable scenario as possible. So seeing that the game was 0-0, and even going into extra time, he probably didn't want to put Ahmad into that situation where the game was tight. The game could have been decided. Who knows, if United didn't actually win it in the extra time, it would have gone on to penalties. It would have gone on to penalties. So that is a penalty shootout, is a whole big pressure by itself. You can just imagine a scenario, he steps up, he misses the penalty that decides the game in West Ham's favor, and the amount of backlash that he would have probably received because of that, because the internet is a very unforgiving place.
All right, all I know, Jason, I hear all you're saying, but can I just be blunt for a second? The man coward. Simple as that. No going around. All right, look at it. You said it in a Corey. This match lacked any sort of cutting edge, right? So no sort of creativity. No, you have this man. Yeah, a lot of people might say he's a young boy, this and that, but we've seen what he can do, right? If you have this young boy and you know that he's a player that takes on players, West Ham within their senses wouldn't actually think that they expected to face this player, right? Why not blood him to run at some tired defenders? Because you know that he has that. All right, go on.
Let me ask you, would you have started him?
Started?
Yeah, would you start Ahmad?
The possibility existed. I'm not a coward, so you see me personally, yes, I would have started him.
I think I would agree with Levon in the sense that Oli could have probably chosen to be a bit bolder. I think when Brandon Williams had come on, he could have used that as an opportunity to take off probably Martial instead, make Rashford go on the left, because Rashford was on the right hand side, coming to, especially after Greenwood came off and whatever. He's not as effective on the right hand side as he is on the left. So I think that was an opportunity for Ahmad to come on, and keep Wan-Bissaka behind him, which is pretty much the ideal right back he could have in that situation. So I think he could have been bolder in that.
You made my point for me, Jason, because that is exactly what I was going to counter Corey again and tell him that, all right, keep on Wan-Bissaka, since as you're so concerned that probably you don't have anybody behind Ahmad to actually track back or anything like that, in which we know Russia doesn't really track back either, so there you have it. So it really much come as anything different. But all in all, we take the 1-0, we move on, and other games that had EPL interest, we saw Bournemouth beating Burnley by 2-0. We also saw Sheffield United getting a 1-0 victory over Bristol City. And
from the penalty spot.
Billy Sharp, my boy Billy.
And we saw Leicester getting a last-minute winner against Brighton. Iheanacho popping up with the winner. But much of more important significance. Hold on, before I move on. Southampton also blankos by 2-0. But the other matches with more significance, we saw City continuing their winning streak, and Jason pointed it out sometime earlier on. I don't quite remember which show it was, but Jason pointed it out that whenever Gabriel Jesus scores, City doesn't lose. He was on the score sheet once again, even though they're playing against a Swansea team. And I might add that Swansea are currently, third in the championship with a game in hand, so they have the possibility of moving to second. So it wasn't an easy fixture, to be honest, although you expect that City would have run over them, but it wasn't until the second half City showed their class and guess what? Come away with the victory. We also saw Chelsea getting a 1-0 victory over Barnsley. Andre, Chelsea.
Yeah, it was a really horrible game. A really horrible game to watch. Not gonna lie. Jose Mourinho once quoted earlier when they play Liverpool, the better team lost. I can say in this case, the better team lost the game. Really disappointed in the performance at my side display. I'm not gonna blame the pitch because even some close range pass we're not connecting on. I really would have wanted this. I really would have hoped this week. The coach should have this match in particular. The coach should have used this match and changed from a back three to a back four and get players like our more attacking players like Ziyech, Kai Havertz more involved. So when I see him start, see him back three and have Emerson at left centre back, kind of hurt me head, even though the whole team performance bad, but him never played that bad.
Alright, hold on a second, Andre. Can I add something to what you have said? N'Golo Kante was awful. When I say awful, that is an understatement. That man was trashing the match.
Levon, the whole team.
That was his first game back, right?
Right. The whole team performance was awful. I didn't see Ziyech. Ziyech couldn't even pass a ball.
What? The man gave away the ball like what? At least 30 times?
24.
Yeah, about 33 times, yeah.
Right. I mean, watching the game, my blood vessel rise high. Worse when I bet and I put my money on the game and I was really hoping and praying that the 90 minutes come quick so that the game could over. When I see them get them chances and I didn't take it, I was right there. I had little hope that we would have got one and snatch it. And that passage of the game that the goal came from, I think that was the best play.
Although to be honest though, Andre, you know that the ref actually robbed you guys, even though I can't kill him because he was behind the play, but you guys should have gotten a penalty from the first half.
A penalty, right? Right. Had VAR been in this competition, I think we would have.
It actually is in the competition, no, just that it wasn't at Barnsley.
Yeah, it's only at the Premier League venues.
Not at the championship teams. But
Yeah,
another
yeah.
thing that I noticed with this team though, Andre, Chelsea has taken up this passing thing under Tuchel, right? And most of the
Right.
passing has been sideways. It's between defenders to the defensive midfielder, and the
No,
play
in
has
this
been
game,
in this game
in this
especially.
game,
It was very
right.
slow. I was like, bro, what the hell I'm sitting there watching? At one point, man, I
Yo,
just click off the laptop and say, no more of this torture.
Levon, I don't think you feel the stress that I feel when I sit and watch this game. It was horrible to watch. Horrible. When I hear me say
But
horrible, it was horrible. You
all
know?
right, here's
And
also one of your fellow fan agreeing with you that the whole team was. This is Sheldon Footy Campbell in the comment section saying that the whole team was awful, and I blame the coach for Kante performance. He said in the press conference that Kante doesn't fit playing him in a back three system, but he's still playing in it.
yeah. And in a hope that I think he was resting Georgina just so he give most of the first team a bit of break and
Yeah, I heard that it was on
to
9 changes.
10. I
Oh,
think he
10.
was giving them a break. You're right. He was giving the first team a break to ready for Newcastle. He hadn't seen Conte in a game since he came. You want to see him in training. Same as Billy Gilmore. So I guess he wanted to see what they could do in this game. This game
Oh,
should have been the benchmark that them set for claim a spot in the first team. And I don't think this performance grant either Conte or Billy Gilmore a chance to even start come Monday against Newcastle.
All
So
right, so
trust me, man, the whole
but well, I
team
stick.
was horrible to watch.
But well, I stick up in. Not this same Barnsley side. Havertz introduced himself to earlier on in the season and then dropped
Definitely,
6.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely, and I,
so
and
it's
I,
kind
and
of
and I
weird.
see I see some fellow comrades on the page saying that Lampard gave this team 4 and Tuchel is struggling to beat this team. That's pressure. I just school pass them nonsense when I see them nonsense.
Hey,
I school honestly.
one thing we have to understand. It's FA Cup and rotation is key, and it's gonna take some time for
Right.
some teams to gel and so forth. Especially when you make 10, 9, 8 changes in for the next
Changes.
game, it's gonna be difficult. But
but all
it,
right,
it, it
But
Corey,
stick up in,
I understand
Corey.
what you're saying, but hold on a second. Would you say that Chelsea actually play very scrappy, or was the case of Barnsley overachieved? Because Barnsley was absolutely class in the match in the boss, man. I was watching
yeah,
it,
man.
right?
Because
And
Chelsea plays
I
scrappy.
was
Barnsley.
gonna watch
Because
it.
Chelsea was scrappy.
All right. The thing is that I saw. You know what Barnsley did in that match? The man marked the Chelsea players. This as the ball played to one man, the next one and rush to the other. That was what they did the entire match and force some mistakes. And had Barnsley been sharp, remember that they could have scored within the first 10 minutes of the match, but because of poor finishing. But
Yeah,
as I said, though,
I heard
Corey,
that Barnsley should have been 2-0 up at halftime. That's what I heard. I didn't watch a match, but I
it's
heard
true,
that they
man.
should have been 2-0 up
It's
at
true, man.
halftime.
I watched the entire first half, and it is facts. The only chance that Chelsea really got in the first half was the clip that Tommy got and referee never saw it. So yeah, that was basically because they lacked a lot of cutting edge. But we move on to some happier grounds, and we as United fans are really happy. We saw a tennis match. Everton 5, Tottenham 4. This is the same Jose Mourinho who said that if a match finishes like that, what he say again, Jason? Finish his statement.
If a match finishes like that, he would have banish his defenders because he would have been horrible.
But guess what? That's exactly what happened, and Tottenham was awful in that match. Everton,
Yeah, I think he was talking about the Arsenal Tottenham game about what 6, 7 years ago, 5-4.
quite longer than that one.
Oh, okay.
But we saw that match finishing 5-4, and it was pleasing to our eyes as neutrals watching that match. It was very entertaining, to be honest. But what I take from that match is that I'm absolutely happy. Jose Mourinho get knocked out of another competition. Wow, I love that, man. I'm absolutely overjoyed. But always in the time
Everton,
that
eh? Bernard.
Won't really waste any time on that. And as I said, as United fans, we're really happy that they got knocked out because you have one and few United fans that actually still like that fellow. Don't know for what reason, but we're happy that he's now gone and we move on to better things and we'll now move into some EPL action.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow, first up, early in the morning, Leicester City takes on Liverpool at Leicester home. Corey, how you see that one going?
I would say Liverpool gonna win. They're gonna win comfortably. I checked the stats and they have beaten Leicester in the last 3 games. And I think Liverpool, they are fighting for top 4. I think they say Manchester United in their eyes, so they want to come second. I think they're throwing the towel as well in giving up on the title. So I think they want to go guns out and beat Leicester comfortably. Probably 2-0 or 3-2 or 3-1 thereabout.
But you know what's ironic about this match though, Corey? Leicester has a poor home farm. Liverpool, on the other hand, has a poor away farm. So it's pits two teams that are on what I said. They're on different level of pedestal in terms of one is very poor at home and the other is very poor away. So you're saying that they expect them to win comfortably. I don't think it will be that comfortably, I don't
But
agree
they
with
expect
you.
them to win.
I wouldn't go out there on the edge and say I definitely expect them to win because then again, Liverpool hasn't been playing well, to be honest, fam. They haven't been.
This and
I
this game is
think
a must win.
I think one of the major fault in Liverpool now is the central defense. With Klopp taking out Fabinho and Henderson and putting them in the defense, their midfield are not pressing as much. So I think that's one of the major problems. If Klopp can get one of those defenders up and running and pair them with Fabinho and put back Henderson in the middle of the park, I think Liverpool will come back. But this I don't see this Leicester team beating Liverpool. Vardy out, Madison right there on par, Barnes is there.
No,
But
hold on a second. Vardy out.
Is he back?
Yes,
Of
boss, man.
course.
Come on, man. Vardy is back, man.
Oh, my bad, my
Vardy
bad.
Vardy has
will
been
start.
He
back
didn't
since
play
what?
midweek though, right?
He played midweek. He started the game and he was taken off, I think, around the 58th minute thereabouts.
Right.
Oh, my bad. So it might not be as comfortable as how I see him, but I think Liverpool will win.
All right, boss. Next up we see
This is
Crystal
a
Palace
must-win game for Liverpool.
All right, go ahead, Andre.
I really hope. Yeah, I'm saying that it's a must-win game for Liverpool. I'm hoping for a draw because I'm right on the heels of the top 4. So I hope Leicester can put up a fight because Liverpool will be coming to get them 3 points, So I really hope Leicester put up a fight and get a draw out of this game.
Jason, one thing that I've realized with this Leicester team, that over the 2 past match days, they had the opportunity to go ahead of United in the table, and on both occasions they shelved it.
Which is
the Brendan Rodgers syndrome coming again, as Dima would say?
Brendan choking.
I don't know if
Definitely.
I would go. I don't know if I would go as far as Demo to say that Brendan Rodgers, the Brendan Rodgers syndrome is in full effect. But I was just about to point out that I hope Leicester win because if Leicester drop points, then I'm going to fear for my match against West Brom because that always seems to be the pattern. But I agree with Corey that the vast majority of all of the stats or whatever are pointing to a Liverpool victory. So let's see.
All right, and with that, we move into the next fixture. Crystal Palace taking on Burnley. Andrew, where see that one going?
Crystal Palace at home. Crystal Palace has not been playing very well at home. Burnley was on a good run and then they stumbled upon Chelsea. And I think
Andre? All right, Corey,
Andre
just pick
gone.
it up.
Crystal Palace at home. I think they're without Zaha, right? And when I check the stats, the last 17 games without Zaha, not playing. So these are the games that Burnley coach, what's his name, Sean Dice. These are the
Nice.
games that him pinpoint and say him want 3 points out of. So these are type of games that he will go all out. It might not be attractive, but I think that Burnley will eke out probably a 1-0 win over Crystal Palace right here.
I think Jason will probably agree with me and say this match will end in a draw.
I was initially
Right.
predicting a draw. I think Burnley might nick it. They've had 2 successive 1-0 wins against Palace. So um the
What's happening with the man them connection tonight, man? But Corey, as I said though, I'm on the side of I expect this to be either a Burnley win draw, and if for the betters, that would be the safest pick. Win draw for this match.
Yeah, definitely.
Next up, we see the big match of the weekend. Man City taking on Tottenham. Boy,
I don't think we're expecting another tennis match, a 5-4 match. I don't say that. For some reason, I just think a comfortable 4-1 victory for Man City. Tottenham just not performing on the Marina right now. I don't hear the calling for him to be sacked as yet, but they're just not clicking. They're just not clicking right now. And Man City on a superb form. Superb form. I think the last team to score on them is Chelsea, and then
oh,
Swansea the
who
other
scored
day.
on them midweek?
Swansea.
Yeah, the team
Swansea.
Swansea scored on them midweek. But
Oh, but
I
Liverpool
think
scored against them.
yeah, Liverpool scored them against them. But for some reason, I just think a comfortable a 4-1 or a 5-1 victory for Man City right here.
Whoa! That's how bad Tottenham is right now.
Yeah, it's just not going right for Mourinho.
Andre, still there? So Jason, you agree with the notion that you expect this match to finish in a 4-1 or 5-1 victory for City?
No, I'm actually going to go against the tide and think that Tottenham
Why?
will actually win this game. I think
Wow.
Tottenham will win this game.
Why?
You see
Whoa.
what? You see one thing about milestones. Normally, when a team approaching a significant milestone or they're looking to pass a milestone, that's when the milestone normally tends to break. So City have won 15 games in all competitions straight.
That's the
I
record.
think I think it will stop at 15. I just think that, a lot, there's not much expectation for Mourinho to get anything out of this game. And with Harry Kane and Son back, well, Harry Kane especially, because Son has always been there for the most part. I think they can surprise Man City tomorrow. I think they have the tools to actually beat City, based on how City play and based on how Tottenham would want to play. But Tottenham would have to give 200-300% better performance on what they have been giving over the last couple matches. I think they've lost 4 out of the last 5.
Yeah.
So this is definitely the perfect game for Mourinho to kind of reclaim his swagger, in terms of being in the Tottenham hot seat. So we'll see. I
And if
initially
memory serves me
predicted
correct, earlier in the season, how did that match finish?
2-0.
City.
City dominated. Dominated.
But
But
the thing is that
let me ask you a
hold
question.
on, Corey. Look at it from this standpoint because we have seen City quite a lot this season, right? You being a football fan, you don't actually see that there are gaps within the City team that can be exploited because yes, Diaz and Stones together has been excellent, yes, but if you're actually looking, there are occasions where teams, especially from set pieces, can cause them damage.
Yeah, I agree. I heard that. I didn't watch a City Liverpool game, but I heard that Liverpool was in the game up to the point where Alisson gave away the 2 goals. Liverpool had most possession, but so I realized that there are gaps, as I said, in this City team that can be breached. But their defensive partnership, the record speak for itself. 15 games straight without a loss is superb. They're not playing their best football, but I think that they're up there and they're just clicking at the right time to reach out for the title. A question though, how much points is Tottenham off the top 4?
All right, let me quickly pull up that. All right, so currently Tottenham are 4 points away from the top 4
With a game in hand?
with a game in hand.
Okay. That might seem as a motivation for Mourinho as well. They are not far off the top 4. If Liverpool beat Leicester tomorrow, that gap will widen as well. So who knows? Tottenham might surprise, but I'm sticking with my guns that City will win comfortably.
So as a Jason, City comfortably as well.
No, I think you said Tottenham.
Far from it.
was just trying to dry him up and see if he's going to stick by his guts.
Oh,
But honestly though, Corey, I get where you're coming from and all that, but the thing is that you guys are actually wrong. The last time that Tottenham and City played, Tottenham actually won 2-0.
Oh, is that the way around?
It was the other way around. They actually won 2-0 at home. That was in November, the 21st of November. Tottenham won the game 2-0.
Yeah,
Who scored?
It was Son and Lo Celso.
Yeah, man, it was a counter-attacking masterclass, man.
Yeah, man, I remember when the man them part was span them and counter-attacked them right throughout.
Yes, I remember that game.
Yeah, guys, I really apologize to the in and out internet. Give me a really warm
know
time.
that go, man. Slow flow.
You know that game in November was significant because I believe that game, that Tottenham win at the table, and City fell to 11th at that point. But since that game, there has been a 22-point swing in City's favor over Tottenham. So you can see the trajectory of both sides of just very much opposite.
Andre, quickly a prediction for the City against Tottenham match.
Yeah, the City train is running right now. I don't see Tottenham stopping them anytime, And when I look at the performances at Tottenham over the past 6 games, it's not looking good. I think them have like 3 defeats in the last 5 or 4. I'm not sure. I don't see what kind of plan, special one, I will come up with, even though I'm good at it. But I don't see him coming up with any plan to stop this City train right now. This team just flying right now. No?
Know yourself, Andre, because some of the panel routines there, some hardly say JUTC was so probably more in them still.
Definitely.
But
definitely.
we move on from that, and next year match tomorrow, Brighton against Aston Villa. Both teams kinda on a decent run, but Aston Villa way up in the table. They are currently in 9th position with 2 games in hand, while Brighton desperately still need points. They're in 15th position and 25. Jason, quickly, how you see that one going? Jason?
Oh, me. No one was saying me. Villa's form has kind of tailed off since the beginning of the season. They're blown very much hot and cold, winning pretty much every other game. I know they had that morale boosting victory against Arsenal. And Brighton, as we've always suggested, have always deserved better results based on their performances. I can't choose between both teams. So I am going for a draw in this one. A 1-1. But I mean, Brighton have drawn the most matches in the league this season, so another draw probably would tailor them perfectly. So I say a 1-1 draw.
I think Grealish and Watkins will make the difference tomorrow, man. Come on, man. A gun
Yeah,
on the edge,
definitely.
man.
Because
Come to the man.
when I look at Villa very good on the road, you know. Villa is very good on the road, you know. Brighton, they're not so special at home, even though them beat Tottenham there. But this match I really see Villa coming away with a 2-1 victory.
All right. Next up, we see Southampton taking on Wolves in a rematch of the fixture that took place earlier yesterday, where Southampton came out on top at Wolves' home with a 2-0 victory. Southampton, they're starting to get in back their big guns. Vestergaard is back, so the defense line is expected to look way better than it has in the past couple of games because Bednarik has been let me say, hurricane. I mean, Harry Maguire. sorry for that. But he has been an Harry Maguire over the past couple of games where he has made some very sloppy decisions. He has been very poor. With another centre back beside him, he has been very awful. But now with Vestergaard back beside him, he seems at home now because they found their partnership earlier in the season that Saints were actually looking very good. Wolves on the other hand, boy, it seems like Pedro Neto has to give 150% every match, else there will be nothing created for that team. Right now, they were known before as the Raul Jimenez team. Now it's basically a Pedro Neto team. If Pedro Neto doesn't play as good, then that's it for Wolves. And the thing is that, unlike last season, their defense is all over the place, man. You see, from the man them switch to this 4 at the back, it hasn't worked out for them any at all. And Adama has look like the Adama that we saw at Aston Villa since Jimenez has not been playing. And Willian Jose, he has been playing, yes, but he has not been in the position that were expected in terms of that IQ that I expected from a striker, because Neto has played in some wonderful crosses for him. However, there's nobody on the end of it. Quickly, Corey, how you see that finishing?
All right. I see this finish probably a 1-1 draw. Wolves will try to go to avenge that 2-0 FA Cup defeat. Pedro Neto didn't play in the FA Cup, neither Adam Traore. So I see them coming back in the team as well. But Southampton at home, they normally score goals at home, whether 1 goal or 2 goals, but they normally score at home. But I see this as a tight encounter, probably a 1-1 draw.
Andre. Jason, what's your scoreline prediction for this game?
I say 1-0 in favor of Southampton. Southampton to do the 1 week double over Wolves.
Andre, you agree with the panel?
You guys hearing me?
Yeah, man. Southampton Wolves. How you expect that one to finish? Whoa, this connection is kind of off. So, Andre, start out that and return, fam. Quickly, and we'll move on. Next, we'll see West Brom taking on Man United on Sunday at 9 a.m. How you see that one going, Corey?
3-1 Man U.
Just like that.
That's all I can say. Man U have to win to have them hopes up for a title. See, I think they consider themselves in the title race same way, but they just have to win. So all guns out. I see Jason said I hope. I see Jason said I hope Ole don't play Fred this week Sunday. I don't think he would, but all guns out. 3-1 Man U.
All right, Corey. I know that you probably bet every now and then. Are you willing to take a bet that you will see a double pivot against West Brom?
I bet you that Ole won't start Fred and McTominay together.
You want to bet on that?
Yeah, man, I'll bet you on that, man.
All right, boss. Jason, how you see
The
this
coach,
one
the coach
finishing?
is not that. The coach is coward, but not that coward.
All right, boss. Jason, how you see it finishing?
You see me, as I pointed out before, you see how Oli spoke so highly of Fred earlier and spoke out tomorrow, Sunday, if he makes that appearance, he will make 100 appearances for United. I can pretty much bet in support of seeing that double pivot. We know
Fred
Oli
and
more
who?
than anybody.
Fred
Fred
and
and
who?
We know
McTominay.
Oli more than anybody. Fred and McTominay.
You might say Fred
But
and Matic.
you see, for me, that would pretty much be the sort of ideal combination. Either Matic, I mean, the form that McTominay is in right now, you just cannot bench him. So allow Matic to just sit, allow McTominay to do the box to box movement, and Bruno in the number 10. That would be my preference. But
That
in terms of the game, the Hawthorns, we've had some mixed results. I mean, we know that was Fergie's last game, that classic 5-5 draw.
Five
So
all draw.
against West Brom in recent history, United um haven't had the most favorable of results, generally speaking. I know earlier in the season when we played them at Old Trafford, that was as turgid
one
and
nil.
as depressing as the game against West Ham midweek, when it took that penalty from Bruno to separate the teams. But if I mean, United need to cement their top four position at this moment in time, and for that to happen, you cannot be faltering against West Brom, who are second from bottom. Arsenal beat them 4-0 recently. City blanked them 5-0. So these are the kind of matches that United need to be dominating in order to, stake their claim for what they want to achieve this season. So I mean, I don't see Sam Allardyce team scoring. If Sam Allardyce team scoring, then our defense really need to change. But overall, I see a 2-0, 3-0 scoreline in United's favor.
All right.
Let me ask you, would you
Quickly.
continue with Greenwood?
For Greenwood, for some reason, I don't think Greenwood is going to start in this game. I think he should, because even though he hasn't been scoring,
He's
his
playing good.
performances generally has improved. I personally think this might be a game for maybe Mata, similar to the game. But I
Boss
mean,
man,
it kind of
if you're going to call for Mata, you have a younger player on the bench.
no
Simply just
the
drop Van de Beek
the,
instead, boss man. Make Mata brother, just make Mata go take up the coaching role. Don't stop stress out the man
The
now, man.
well, on the right hand side, that might be a bit difficult, but I mean, I suspect that, which is what I'm looking for more than
You
anything.
guys will see Mason Greenwood against West Brom. Mason Greenwood, Martial and Rashford.
Yes,
Argument
Yeah,
but
done.
I think it's the same lineup, especially that we have Real Sociedad Thursday. So probably Mata and those guys will play on Thursday.
what we should also see is Diallo's debut. It's as simple as that.
Quite possible because he wasn't involved in the under 23 match today, so
Yeah,
like a possibility. But we move on now.
it's
Arsenal taking on Leeds United. Leeds United were finally find a bounce. 2 matches unbeaten. And they're playing some good football against the Arsenal side that a man that has somewhat abandoned the show bones, even though kind of expected it because once Arsenal is not playing well, this man goes into hibernation. But let's not say any more about him because he's not allowed to come back to the show for now. But we see a lead side that is being informed taking on Arsenal that has suffered some defeat this season. Quickly, Jason, how you see that going?
I think Leeds have the tools to hurt them. Leeds beat them earlier this season. When
No,
Bruin when Leeds never beat them, man. When both so boldly predicted that Arsenal were going to lose, and Arsenal did lose. Leeds have beat
Sure,
them.
remember that, Corey. It was in that same match that I think it was Pepe who got the red card.
oh,
That
okay.
remember the match that he actually grabbed the throat of Alioski.
Yeah.
I thought it was nil all.
It was nil all.
It was nil all.
Oh, the Nilal. Or the nil
Yeah,
have
man, and Leeds, about
Leeds,
30
Leeds,
shots lead.
Leeds had countless amount of shots because I remember I
Yeah,
watched
man,
that
about
second
30
half.
shots.
They couldn't
pro-
bridge the
pro-
defense.
probably that's why many things that Leeds they win. Anyways, Leeds, they have to say Leeds have the tools to defeat Arsenal. Arsenal is in bad form at the moment, and Leeds is just going to try to continue their search up the table. So I see Leeds winning this one, a 2-1 victory in favor of Marcelo Bielsa.
Corey, you agree with the notion?
I agree. I don't think Arsenal can take the press game, and Leeds will press them. And Arsenal love to play out from the back. I think Leeds gonna press them, and the score might be 3-1 in favor of Leeds.
Next match we see Everton taking on Fulham. Everton side that kind of find a bounce. That 3-0 draw against United kind of put them back on track, and then they beat Tottenham 5-4 earlier this week. A Fulham side that is desperate for a win, but seemingly can't get a win. They are moving away from the draw. As Shakes would say, they have gone from Victoria's Secret. No, they keep on losing. Corey, how you see that one going?
And for some reason, I'm gonna predict a draw for this one.
Wow.
I think Fulham fighting, and I think they're seeing the light, but the light probably dimming now, so they want to see it again. So I expect them to pick up a point away from home. I don't see Everton. I doubt Everton is a good scoring team at home, and I know they travel well. I see the record against them when they were facing Man U, their away record, but they're not scoring a lot of goals at home. For some reason, I just see Fulham eking out a 1-1 draw right there.
Jason, you agree with that?
No, I actually think Everton will win this one. For
Comfortably.
me, no, I wouldn't say comfortably. Fulham, even though Fulham are at the stuck to almost the root of the table, I think they don't make matches comfortable for teams generally in this league.
Yeah.
But I think with Ancelotti's experience, he's going to want to help Everton push for that European place, whether it means Champions League or Europa League, whichever. And I think with Calvert-Lewin finding back his scoring boots and everything, I think they will come out on top over Fulham. So I suspect that 2-0 victory.
Alright, and we'll now move on to the two fixtures that will take place on Monday. West Ham against Sheffield United. Jason.
Why? Sheffield has shown a bit of a resurgence in recent weeks. They're
They're
coming up
showing
against
fight.
a, yeah, they're showing that they want to fight against relegation. They want to save Chris Wilder, and they want to save their status as a Premier League team. West Ham are playing very good football. They are, and you can't take that away from the work that David Moyes has done. Lingard should be back fresh and ready after he was ineligible to play against United. So that is something that can cause problems for Sheffield. Billy Sharp has been in form, but I am actually going to go for a draw in this one. I think Sheffield will show enough fight to actually try to get something from this game against West Ham. So I said a 1-1 draw.
Alright, Corey, what's your take?
Same 1-1 draw for me as well. Sheffield gonna show a fight. I like their attitude over the last 3 games. I like their spirit. And West Ham at home, even though Lingard coming back, well, the Messi coming back, as they would say. For some reason, I don't think they're gonna score a lot of goals, but Sheffield will eke out a 1-1 draw right there.
Alright, and the final fixture of this weekend, we'll see Chelsea taking on Newcastle. Newcastle without their talismanic figure in Callum Wilson. He's out injured for what? I believe they said it's between 4 weeks to 6 weeks. So that's a
Yeah,
dent in their hopes of pushing on. But thank God for them. They're arguably the best player is back and back playing very well. Alan Saint Maximan, he has been
same Maxim.
absolutely imperial since he has returned. Corey, I see this one finishing with Chelsea.
too easy for Chelsea. I think this will be too easy for Chelsea. Chelsea with their players with them making 9 changes in the midweek, most of their starters will come in back. I know they're gonna have more possession of the ball, cause that's how Tuchel plays game. I expect some people might find this weird, but I expect Timo Werner to score this week.
But to be honest, Corey, you're saying people might find it weird and whatever not. But since Tuchel has come in, Timo Werner has been Chelsea's best player. He might not have been scoring anything like that, but I think since Tuchel
Really?
since Tuchel has come in, he has won I think between 2 or 3 penalties for them. And the thing is that since then he has looked very hungry and that he scored. So the possibility exists that this weekend he might score.
Yeah, I agree. For some reason, I just said I think he might score. Mason Mount to me is probably the best player since Tuchel come. Mason Mount pop up and score some vital goals for them since then. Rotation is key, and how the front three lines up, that will be key as well. I don't see Newcastle troubling Chelsea at all. Chelsea will have more possession, and with those wing backs, probably Alonso or Aspilicueta or Reece James playing, whosoever playing with those wing backs attacking, Newcastle gonna be in trouble.
Alright, listen, I'm going to counter your point, Corey. See, any Tuchel come with Alonso against this Newcastle team, St. Maximan going to run them ragged. Remember, I'm telling you. That Marcus Alonso fella don't know one crap how to defend. As I said, tell him to come with Alonso or Callum Hudson at wing back and see how Newcastle handle them. Jason, how you see this one finishing?
I agree. Mr. Alan Slow, he would have set himself up to murder in the against Newcastle with them. For me, I think it's a big loss for Newcastle with Callum Wilson. We all know about the prowess that Joelinton has, and all of that. There are not much scoring options when Callum Wilson is not there. I know Newcastle will probably be buoyed by Joe Willock and what he can achieve, but I think I also read that Fabian Schär will also be missing in this game as well.
Yeah, man, he's out for what? Basically, you can call it his season is over because the man has come out and said that he's looking forward to play Euros. So
Yeah, so I mean that alone tells its own story. So overall, I agree with the point that Chelsea is going to dominate the game, and I think they're just going to have too much for this Newcastle team. I think this might be something similar to maybe looking for a cricket score. So Chelsea 2 from 4-4.
alright, and before the time is finished, we're gonna touch on the cricket because I know that Corey is a man that follows cricket. Um Last man, very good first innings from the West Indies. 409
Yeah.
all out. I'm somewhat disappointed though for 3 players. I really wanted for Nkrumah Banner, Joshua Da Silva, and Hazard Joseph to get that 3 figures, man. I was especially Banner and Da Silva because they played so well right throughout, and
Yeah.
I was like, Banner, a year time this boss man because and I like said the ball was doing much. And then the soft dismissal with the man get brother, I was like, come on, fam. You see, alright, you keep on tickling the ball around the corner, right? Because he had done it quite a few times before he got out. This time around, the man decided, alright, you are going to put a player right behind. So the player was standing at leg slip. Guess what happened? Man,
He played
just
it around
basically
there.
play it right around here, the man. And then
Yeah.
with the
Da
dismissal
Silva.
that wasn't surprising was Da Silva because that's exactly how he got out in the first
Yeah.
place. He's playing
But
away and leaving a huge gap between bat and pad. Batsman, come on, that's the first law of a batsman. Your bat and pad supposed to be close together. Brother, but then I was like watching it, I was like, I can't be said that Silva make Hazard Joseph bat and pad the closer than his phone. And boy, even though we're here saying that we expected that, it was a brilliant innings from all three players, especially the counter-attacking innings from Alzari.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with everything that you said right there. In fact, I stayed up and watch it right up to the tea time. um, I was impressed with the fight. I think all the batsmen in the top six or top seven they had a start. All of them made over,
Except Mosley and
yeah.
Miles.
I think Mosley made over 10 runs,
7.
right?
7.
Oh, seven. Okay, okay.
And
Yeah.
Miles made
So
5.
the captain opened the innings with John Campbell. They laid a good partnership. I think the first wicket went down at 84 for one, and they laid
66.
66 for one. Yeah, they went lunch at 80 for one. Yeah, so they laid a good foundation right there. I didn't like how John Campbell got out. He was like playing
Typical.
regional cricket.
But,
Um,
but Corey, to be honest, that's John Campbell, and that's why I've been calling for that man to go take a break from the team. Because,
But
alright,
the thing is they don't have anybody to replace him. That's the thing. Because nobody in regional cricket average over 20 as an opener. So nobody can replace him.
push
So
Mosley to the opening slot and give somebody else in the team a chance, because Mosley has just played what? This is his second test, so put Mosley in the opening position, because that's where he has played for the West Indies A team, where he's impressed. Make John Campbell go and add Garris and fight his way back into
and
the team. Because, alright, Corey, man, the thing with me, if you constantly keep on getting starts, brother, and you say this man constantly throw his wicket away, why should I persist with this man?
I
Obviously,
think
I
I
don't
think
cricket a boss, man.
I think one of the reasons why John Campbell's still in this team also was the fact that he and Shy Hope shared that partnership in the one day that they break the record out over 300 or 400 runs partnership. I think the selectors still holding on to him for that incredible partnership right there. But the upcoming series that is coming up against Sri Lanka, um, probably they'll change up the team or change up the opening lineup for that. But
Just play ones and mid.
going on down to the middle order, we have Banner. I'm hugely impressed with how Banner has taken on the mental to steady the innings. At age 32, I didn't see a future with him and cricket, but somehow he turned the corner and he's holding his head down and batting. And I was hugely impressed with him right there.
So
Should
Corey,
have
the
carried
correction
on
is
to,
actually it was actually Sunil Ambrose. You said Shaiko, but it was actually Sunil Ambrose.
oh yeah, him and Sonny Lambris. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's good. I was disappointed with Banner not getting that 100, but let's see how it goes. That's Silver. I am proud of that kid right there, man, from Trinidad. A good wicket keeper in the making. His batting is very technical. I think he's one of the better batsmen in terms of technique in the team outside of Brathwaite, and he
Needs
can bat.
needs
He
needs to
can
work
bat.
on as I said though, Corey, he needs to work on that bat pad closer to
But yeah,
batsman. That's
bad
the
bad
first
pad.
law of a batsman. Your bat and pad supposed to be close together. But one thing that I'll agree with you on though, the fight that they showed, because remember at one point they were 116 for 4, and then
Yeah.
for them to eventually make 409, man, and a lot of people question it, because I saw it all over where they're saying that why is what's his name again? Alzar Joseph coming in ahead of Raheem Cornwall. And I told some people that guess what? Alzar Joseph is a better batsman than Raheem Cornwall. Reason why I said that, I saw both men in the recently concluded 4 day, and Alzar was very impressive, man. Regularly he dug his side out of problem with a 50, or he came close to 100 couple times well. And if you are looking for a player that can bat and bowl as well, I've been taking key notice of him. And I think you probably know this player as well, Corey. His name is Romario Shepherd. I've been
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
key notice of him for Guyana, and that man is his work, his bowling is up there, and his batting has come on leaps and bounds, because it was from the A series, the West Indies A series I saw him, and
Yeah.
he was very good.
Yeah, man.
But all in all,
Romario Shepherd is one for the future.
but
Just hope that the selectors pick him before age catch up on him. But in terms of Alzari, I think one of the problem that I have with Alzari, he's not in terms of his bowling. I think he's not putting much effort and much what you call it, yeah, effort in his bowling. With one of the frontline seamers, Roach probably retire soon. I think Alzar should take up that mantle to become a good quick pace. I don't think he has a 5 wicket haul in his name in Test cricket, and he's there in Test cricket for about 3 years now. So Alzar need to focus on his
don't worry
bowling,
yourself,
but
man. Corey, it will come.
he'll come good. He'll come good. And in his report, he said that he knows that he's gonna score 100 soon. And I did expect it from him, but today, but it didn't come true. But overall, the 409 runs in the first innings, good fight.
And then
Putting
having them 105 for 4.
yeah, that's what I was going to 105 for 4. I expect the spinners to come all out, Warwickon and Cornwall to come all out today, and probably restrict Bangladesh under 300 runs, and then we set a lead of over probably 400 runs and see where we go from there. But good fight by the West Indies. I heard that the viewership for this test match gone up because West Indies won the first game and they're showing a lot of character and fight.
Yeah, man. And for people out there that are actually interested in watching the test match, you can stream it on Willow, man. Willow is carrying the cricket match, so just go on Willow and watch the match, man. It starts what? I think it is 10:45 Jamaica
Yeah,
time.
10 points. Yeah.
So ensure that you not tune in and watch the cricket, man. And Demo, no man on the panel come and talk to me, man. You either from the show, stay away from the show tonight. But to address your point, Cornwall done better than the man right now. Point blank argument finish, and with all of that,
I don't know why Dima always took up this Cornwall thing. I don't know why I'm a defend Jimbo so much. But to me, if it was up to me as a selector, Jimbo would never play no cricket for West Indies. Honestly, him need to lose some weight. Him can't even run down a ball. But who am I? I'm just a regular person. But I would want to see him do good. If him get a 5 wicket haul, I'll praise him. But to me, he just will never play in my team.
alright, and we just let Jason sit out this one because Jason doesn't have a club or cricket much.
Me no know why Demo call me name when I come it's supposed to
But
say something what.
as I said though, Corey, we expect that West Indies to come out and fight today. So expect them to at least get up Bangladesh for a certain amount and just let them just enforce the follow on and try to win the test match from there. With that being
Yeah,
said though,
that would be good. But question to you, Levan. I heard talks on the radio stations that who from the senior men that opted out from this tournament would you carry in this test squad now? And the one person that I would say I would carry in, or probably two person I would carry in is Rastan Chase and the captain Jason Holder. Would you agree?
boy, I have a lot of things to say about Jason Online because I think he's a bang and average captain.
But
Right? And
he's
he's
the
also
number
and
one
he's
all-rounder in the world.
what? He's still number one or he's number two now because I think he got
Yeah,
relegated the other day.
number two all-rounder in the world. I think Ben Stokes passed him.
Yeah, and also though, what I'm saying though, Corey, I think Jason Ola should focus on his batting instead of his bowling too, because I think he's a better batsman than bowler, to be honest. So you need to focus on that. But in a sense, I kind of agree. Rastan Chase, I'd bring him back into this team, and
Drop
why,
Cornwall.
why, Colonel must go sit down for the fence now. But with that though, oh yeah, another player that I would actually bring him back, Shamar Brooks. He has done well. He has done quite well for the team, man.
Really?
Yeah, man, you can't leave with more, man. Shamar Brooks has done well for the team. So the spot, as I said in the Corey, the spot that is up for grabs, John Campbell, you can bring in any man to replace him. But
No, you need a specialist opener, man. You can't just bring in anyone. You need a specialist
Bossman, I
opener.
just said it to you. Mostly is a specialist opener. I just said it in a.
All right. Let us see what the Sri Lanka series will go. But hopefully West Indies can win this one or even draw this game and take the series for this one.
With that being said, though, I've come to the end of the live, so that was a short pitch delivery to end it. Fended it off into the slips. But I want to say thank you guys for this live tonight. You guys were very consistent with us in terms of viewership. For 2021, this has been our most viewed show in terms of consistency. Like right throughout, the viewership remained over between 24 to 31. So I want to say thank you all, and we did this without the regular panelists. Most of the regulars weren't here, so guess what? I have to give hats off to a lot of them, man. And as I said to Corey earlier, I don't know. Corey bring a flavor to this thing, man, and even Anthony Butler. Even though I shouldn't be shouting out Anthony Butler because up to now he still don't link the producer, tell the producer about the pay package. Don't think we forget it, Anthony. You need to link Josh and line up the man pay package. But thanks a lot, and Corey, you were very good tonight. We're sorry that Andre was in and out. Was pretty much very in and out, but the thing is that he was here for a bit, and we're happy that we can have this diversity. We have different people who knows about sports and not just the one set of people. And again, thanks to those who are viewing it, because right throughout, you guys were always with us. Even though some of you guys are cursing Jason in the comment section to rats, but it's quite understandable. And with that being said, this is where we're going to end the live. Bless up to our viewers, old viewers, new viewers. Welcome everybody on board, and want to see the show keep on growing. And as I always said, the man behind all of this is Josh Carl. Thanks to the producer once again for making this possible. Without him, the show can't go on. So thanks to Josh Carl for making this happen. Stay tuned, guys. Next show is coming up very shortly. And for the tennis fans out there, go and watch some tennis, man. Lots of tennis going on. And Corey, you're betting, man. Go bet on some tennis, because money they not tennis.
Basketball.
Brother, basketball. Me have them say about here, man. Basketball, I mash up my mids here, man. Because the other night I bet on a match, and all I lost by was 1 point. Milwaukee Bucks and Phoenix Suns. I couldn't believe it, but that's for another day.
Man.
Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, peace out. Big up on us.